trucking is trash. At least that's what they say in the comments. I dropped a lot of videos over the past few months since I created this channel, and a lot of things the most common thing that I see is trucking is trash. But the thing is, the people who make these comments, they don't normally elaborate and expound on why they say that trucking is trash. And then when I ask them, they say some surface level thing like, well, most people who go into trucking, they come from McDonald's or warehouse jobs. I can't substantiate that claim, you know what I'm saying, to see if they're right or wrong. But I know I didn't come from, I have background in warehouse and manufacturing, but I didn't come straight from manufacturing into a truck. That's not how it came for me. I don't know what, the statistics to disprove his claim. However, though, even if that is the case, that doesn't make trucking trash. What makes trucking trash? I mean, if you ask me personally, I would say what makes trucking trash is subjective, because what might work for this person might not work for this person, and vice versa. You know, I might enjoy being behind the wheel, going to different locations, dropping off trailers or bumping docks or dropping and hooking. I might enjoy that. The next person might find it boring, not worth it, not worth their time, not worth the money. So to them, it might be considered trash. I just really think that opinion is really subjective. Now, when you come into the industry aspect of it and getting paid, I think that's really pretty much where you live at as well, because where I live at, they pay a decent amount, where you can be comfortable, especially if you have experience in your truck drive, you could be comfortable making the money you make in the area I live in versus another area, in the middle of the country or across the country where they're not getting paid a lot. So I think that's also subjective as well. As far as, being an owner-operator, I can't speak on that. I'm not an owner-operator. I only know 2 owner-operators personally, but I don't get involved in their finances and, what it is that they, what it is that consists for them. I like to be the person to stay out of people's pockets because I don't like people in mine. But anyways, yeah. So I can't now speak about owner-operators. Now, you know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person, I don't mind driving. When I go places with friends and family, I'm in my car because I prefer to drive. I like to be in control. So I don't mind driving a truck. I don't mind driving miles and miles because I like to travel. I like to travel in my own vehicle. I've done road trips before, I had no issue driving. Now, granted, we're in a big old truck and it takes a little more, paying attention and cognitive, and, just being more aware. Understandable, but you should be like that anyway in your own vehicle as well, because anything can happen. So I don't mind driving. I don't mind, the long hours of work, because I'm just sitting here driving a truck. And then when I am in a location, all I do is back it to a dock and wait to get loaded. That's just sitting there. Time I can just be planning stuff, finishing up anything I need to be finishing up. It's just spare time in my opinion. And I'm on the clock getting paid. I don't know about you. I don't get paid for the mile. I get paid by the hour. So it's a little different for me. Again, it's subjective. Everything is different. Just because someone gets paid 50, 25, 30, 50 cents a mile, that doesn't mean, and you say, damn, that's trash, that's no money. That don't mean the next person in the next state over, or even in the next city over, can be getting paid 35, 40, whatever. Dollars per hour, getting paid great, and they're not complaining, I think when people say trucking is trash, I think they just don't like it. I just think they just don't like it. I don't think they came into this, or they might have had expectations of what it was, and it just really wasn't. I'm not speaking for anybody but my own opinion. That's why I want to get this conversation going, because I just really want to understand, why do people say trucking is trash? Because from what I'm seeing so far, it gets boring driving long hours. Understandable, it gets boring, but you could put on podcasts, you could put on music, you could have your headset on, you could talk on the phone, to kill the time. It's only so much you could do while you're driving, but I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I haven't been long enough. I don't got enough skin in the game just yet. But from what I'm seeing so far, it's not that bad to me. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, this is the most I ever got paid with any job. And yeah, I've done manufacturing and warehouse work, but that was many years ago. I haven't worked in a warehouse in almost 7, 8 years. No, let me take that back. It's been about 7, 8 years since I worked in a warehouse. So I done construction after that, you know, and I also was dealing with tractor trailers and other commercial vehicles, but just not on the road. And I still make more money now driving a truck than I did any of those other jobs. I used to climb cell phone towers. Yes, cell phone towers to connect antennas for T-Mobile. And I still didn't make as much money then than I am making now driving a truck. So when it comes to me, when they say trucking is trash, I'm like, well, I'm getting paid great. I'm home every night, or I'm home every night just about. There'll be one or two days every few weeks where I'll be out overnight, but I'm getting put up in a hotel. I can't complain about that. I don't want to sleep in the truck, because if I wanted to, I would have just went over the road for that much if I really wanted to sleep in the truck. But I think my situation is good for me for what it is right now starting off, so I don't really have no complaints about the truck and being trash. I can't really talk too deep about the rates because I don't know what the rates are. That's like any market. It's going to fluctuate. It's going to go up and down. Every industry is like this. It goes up and down in every industry. And then people say also, and I saw another comment, a guy said, well, yeah, the driver's the last to get paid. My dude, no matter where you work, you're the last to get paid. You work construction, you work plumbing, unless you work for yourself. Unless you work for yourself, you're going to always be the last to get paid, no matter what job you work. I'm the type of person, I like to see what are my pros and what are my cons. And I outweigh my pros and my cons. If my pros outweighs my cons, I'm good. You know, so to me, truck is not trash because my pros outweigh my cons. Now, if my cons outweighed my pros, then I'll be sitting up here talking just like that. But yeah, you know what? Trucking is trash. I don't know. I can't do this, man. I don't like doing this. Then I can say that. But like I said, when people say this is a lifestyle for them, this is not just a job, this is a way of life. I gotta agree with that. It's definitely a lifestyle. Luckily for me, once I leave at the end of every shift, I could completely forget about the job because I'm not being hounded by dispatch. I'm not being hounded with text messages about updates, about loads and all that stuff. So I'm like I said, my situation is working well for me. Right now in this moment, it's working well for me, so I don't have any complaints to say that trucking is trash, nor would I say I have enough experience. But my thing is this also, when people say this, trucking is trash, they never elaborate. Just, if you're gonna say something like that underneath a video, all I ask for is just to elaborate on what it is you mean by trucking is trash and why, so that way people could get an understanding. So yeah, man, I hope you like this video. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one. Stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready.